I mean, we have to take the edge off, just like you and I did when I met you. There's this moment in time when you're like, I like this person. I can talk to him all day long. That happens. But we want to be sure that we're talking about the right things. And really, as long as we can have the half an hour just to get to know each other, to see if we're a fit, would be great. And then after that, we'll learn more about each other. But primarily, my goal is to make sure that you can take care of yourself in a manner that you want to be taken care of. Because to assume that your kids can, even if they're willing, sometimes they get into a situation where physically they can't do it any longer.
Absolutely.
And that's never something that we know is going to happen. It happens all of a sudden. I've moved in with my son, everything's fine, then I have a stroke. Wow. That's not his, that's above his pay grade, as we used to say.
Absolutely. That's a great way of putting it.
Yep.
You know,
it just becomes a burden.
And it's not even, for the most part, if that happens, your kids, if you're lucky, will be happy to help out in any way they can.
Yes, I see that more often than not.
They're more than willing. You know what? Dad had a stroke, this, that. But at the same time, do you want your kids helping you get up in the morning, put on your shirt, if you have to toilet, do whatever?
Correct.
Do you want your kids doing that? No.
And you don't want to, not only that, but it becomes, it's an emotionally draining experience for the people needing the care, as well as those having to give it to them. So again, as long as they can be taken care of in the home, that's what we want. And our systems allow for that. You'd be at home until now you can't be. Now you have to have, really professional care. So it's a seamless transition as well.
Yeah. Especially when you can allocate those funds to in-home care.
Correct.
Why not have somebody come in and help? Maybe it's 3 days a week, 5 days a week, whatever you need, they'll be there. And now your kids, when they come, they can help out a little bit, do things that they might need, they would do anyways. But now they get to enjoy the time and not have to worry about, I got to go do this for mom, or I got to go do this for dad. It's a way for you to enjoy your family even more.
Well, one of the biggest things is I sit down and I find people that 10, 15, 20 years ago purchased a long-term care policy specifically. What they don't understand is 10, 20, 15 years ago, certainly 15 really, you had to be in a facility for those assets to kick in. Now we can look at that policy and find, is there a way for you to change that to one that allows for in-home care, assisted living, you get to direct the assets where they go, and is it reimbursed to you, or does it pay the facility? A lot of the old plans pay the facility. Well, then you've lost control. You're not controlling how much is even being sent to them. So again, having a review of those policies that you may have purchased or that may be paid up. Now, if they're paid up, typically we want to try to leave those alone, but we do want to identify or let you know, hey, this is going to require a stay in a facility. You don't get to have in-home care. It's just not part of it. But at least they know that, because some people are not aware of that distinct, that difference, I should say.
What about the people that say, I'm just going to go on Medicare?
Yeah, well, good luck. I mean, I hope that they can enjoy spending everything they have to get there and leave nothing for their heirs, if that's really the way they want to look at it. Plus the care, while it's not subpar, it's just that because you're at that point, you're not getting the care you could actually, if you had thought about it even 10 years prior, you could have taken care of and had a better living experience for yourself.
Yeah, and when it comes to Medicare and Medicaid, you don't have a choice if you have to go into facility.
No.
If you're in Springfield, but the next open bed is in Columbia,
you get to go there.
Guess where you're going? Columbia.
And no choice.
So now your kids that live in Springfield with you, if they want to visit you, they have to go to Columbia.
Correct. And that's another wrinkle that just people don't think about. But I used to hear that with life insurance too. It's the saying, well, if I die, she'll just remarry. Well, the statistics around that are amazing. They don't, women don't just want to go out and remarry. They've been with a guy for a while. That might be the last thing that they want to do. They might want to have some free time and enjoy some life without worrying about somebody.
I'm tired of picking up socks.
So it's kind of the same thing with long-term care. There are a few folks that think, well, I don't need to worry about it. But by and large, most, at least to get to my office, they're ready to talk, and they know that they have at least they've got questions. And by the time they're done, we've answered all those questions.
Right. So you've written a book too, what are some of the topics you cover in the book?
Well, first of all, just identifying in the book, we do discuss options that you have available to you. Are you a veteran? If you are, have you been able to save? If you've saved, great. We still have some complementary things that may be available to you. It's just distinctions like we've talked about, the ability to use annuities to convert to long-term care and intend to do that on a tax-free basis.
Well, don't ruin it for me. Don't tell me how it ends.
Okay. Big flood.
But I'll tell you what, it's been really, really great talking to you. I love all your great stories.
I love that. Thank you again.
Oh, you're welcome. Philip White of Retirement Logistics in Springfield, Missouri.
Planning for the Future is brought to you by the Elder Care Media Network and produced by thepodcastproshop.com.